Hi, I'm Basil, and 3 years ago I made a comic website so that I could share my ideas with the world. It's been a lot of fun, but it's starting to seem silly to separate my work into two different places, so I'm merging the website so it's all here on YouTube now. What you're about to see is old art, so be wary. It might be a shock to see where I started from. The first half of this video will be the comics with some music, and the second half will be those same comics but with artist commentary. So you can pick which you'd like to see more, or watch the whole thing and get both experiences. It's up to you. With that out of the way, let's get to it. Ooh, rough. If there's one thing I've learned from doing these videos, it's to make sure that you have a big enough canvas size. In the day, these were the drawings I was proud of. Please note that I was also just barely getting into drawing people, so pairing small canvas with underdeveloped skills, it's not a recipe for disaster, but it also isn't going to get you a Michelin star. I will say that I did super well with the background. I do not enjoy drawing backgrounds, so the time the lockers killed me, but now I think they saved this whole comic. The shading isn't necessarily the best, but boy howdy if it didn't take the comic to the next level. I find it interesting how different I look in every frame, and that can be contributed to the fact that I had no clue what I was doing. But whatever I was doing, I was going all in. I was in high school at the time, and when I say there goes 50% of my grade, I meant it. If something was late, it lost half its value, and that's a lot of pressure, although it was a good thing in the long run, because now if I turn in anything late, I have that same anxiety, so I always get things in on time. At least, most of the time. Life happens occasionally. I don't know if y'all can tell from these videos, but I'm actually quite an introvert. I do well with people, but sometimes interaction is a lot. It's especially a lot when I dislike the person. And as someone who really doesn't like to interact with the majority of the people in my neighborhood, walks are a double-edged sword. On one hand, I can get that sweet, sweet vitamin D. On the other hand, a neighbor could say hi, and that can completely drain me of energy. The point of this comic was to example the ongoing battle in my head. Sham embodies the concept of the teenage emotional drama we all have had or will have to deal with in the future. So who better to argue with than the hormonal representation himself? In case you're wondering, I chose to go on a walk. Because yeah, it's wonderful. And if I time it just right, I can walk out of the neighborhood before any of my neighbors notice. This comic is the sequel to March 2019's comic. I helped out with the marketing for the show, and now I'm going to attend it. I'll be honest, the biggest inspiration for this piece was the aviator glasses that I had been wearing non-stop, because, they make me feel cool. And I wanted this comic to include them. So this is what I came up with. It was a crazy experience using such dark colors. As you can tell, I'm much more of a daytime artist. I picked purple as my base color, and that's how I changed all of the colors so they would have the same tone. Interestingly enough, the building in the first panel is near where I grew up. I always thought it was the place where the less prim and proper people went. So in my head, that's always been where Brew does his shows. The town never really had a big drag presence at all. Like, at all. So there really was no way of knowing until last year. Last year, a monthly drag show popped up in the building next door. Now, this doesn't matter a whole lot, but I would like the record to show that I nearly pinpointed exactly where the drag presence would be in town. There's a lot of area they could have done their shows at, but they picked this block next door to where I always thought it would happen. I'm very impressed with myself, so yes, I wanted to share. Every time I do these videos, I'm always amazed at where I've come from. I haven't looked at these comics for years, so it's awesome to go back to the past and reminisce. Let me know which one was your favorite for the art style and the concept. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.